This is Heretics.
Okay, chat. We got Vitality on defense, Heretics on attack. Go 1-3-1, go aggro middle. Dark is going to do a lot. Wow. He's been loving this map because he gets to play Jet.
Slowly stepping out and containing that space for Heretics. We can see the goal is to move to the A site, and so Durka, man, who's had his ups and downs. At times the Neon hasn't looked great, but on the Jet, he's looked fantastic.
Maybe he should be on the Neon.
Has come through and put him in the dirt right away with a post plant now for Heretics.
Spike planted.
Yeah, different styles, different ideas, but the fact is for Heretics, we saw their attack side yesterday and it was utterly dominant. The momentum with them, they were devastating to play against, and Koshmara's up on this corner, almost just going to avoid the knife just to not give his position away, and already 3 kills.
And he doesn't overheat as well, drops down.
It leaves just 2 standing, Prophet and Chronicle. But with that backside locked down, the wall's still standing, no way through all of this additional utility.
Kosh, yeah, he looked, you know their first playoffs game? He looked a little nervous. I remember that Fracture game thinking he looked super nervous. Every game that he gets in playoffs now, he just looks stronger and stronger.
Kosh has had one hell of an uptick. When he came in week 2, it was a shaky performance on the chamber. But things,
let's go.
Things have turned around. He's now looked like a beacon of hope for all the aspiring duelists out there, and for Heretics, 1-0 start.
Play V2 in London, not a chance.
His back, only 1 pickup for Vitality in the first
see
round.
maybe GE.
Chronicle finding that very late stage kill. And with Classics and a single investment into the Bandit, it's not likely that they'll be able to do anything to keep this economy of the attackers modest. Right now, big investment from the attack and an opportunity if Vitality can find a couple of kills to make it costly. To be fair, Heretics are moving towards the numbers, towards the stack.
Well, Dark already a little bit of chip damage.
Sounds good.
See Prophet trying to be cheeky around the edge of the cove.
Flash is
Basically
good.
just trying to create angles for his team. And well, you mentioned the Bandit.
Other people swung on that flash, by the way.
Here is that sneaky play, but too many on the other side. Sayonara, though.
They did great damage.
An unlikely round, and still unlikely, with the weaponry in hand. An opportunity.
I wonder if they went early with this flash, if they actually had that or not. No matter what, it was good damage. But 3 of them made that flash. I feel like if they push through that smoke.
2 rifles and a pistol saved forward, but like we said, considering 4 Classics and a Bandit,
what should be the VIT buff? VIT doesn't really need buffs, I don't think, because once they put more util in the game, he gets better and better.
Really didn't look too
as they make Sentis and mostly Initiators strong again.
I want to watch Durka as well, though, because last time he played this map, we're talking about a guy who went 26-8. I think the only player that I can think of in recent times is Rianz, who also on this map went 22-6.
Dude, I actually don't know what they're going to do with this kit.
There are some heavy hitters.
They will give him a buff, though.
Of course, for Rianz, the story is he does it a lot against Foot, but well, considering
that's a great start, by the way.
This round, that's a huge early pickup.
Yeah, that's a really good
from
start.
Benji. And although there's a lot of vulnerabilities, Woot with that headhunter, you still got to be careful.
They just carry on fighting now. As long as they group up and stick together and boo baits, they should win this round.
Take their time. Massive value to be found in this round, as we're saying.
Yeah, they group up together.
Sage rise online. Any mistakes that are made can immediately be undone.
Yeah, Boo's waiting for them all to go past.
Shown a lot of preference for this side of the map.
Looking good.
In the early stages of these rounds, trapped behind, and they're fully secured. This is going to be a 5-man blitz out with utility, already at least dealing with the drone. But for Yambi and
Wait, what?
Okay. For Yambi and Profek, the hard work is about to begin. That flash didn't catch, but a double on the back of it anyways. The swing out from these 2 defenders looked to
got that extra kill as well. Damn, this is nice.
How quickly that has fallen apart.
And that's a huge hill from 5 HP to 100.
Kill locks down that plant, and now we're in a 3v1 post plant. A crazy round for Heretics, and if they can lock this one in, a huge advantage in the early stages of their opponent's map pick.
Chronicle. Always good for big moments, big rounds, but they're able to isolate angles again with that wall. Viper screen as well, making things awkward, and they've already spotted him on the reposition first. Not bad.
Damn, really impressive.
Instant trade out from Koshmaris. keeps.
It's nice. I mean, this is literally all Benji, though.
And actually, something I want to talk about. It was mentioned. I was going to say on the desk, but I guess it technically was on the stage by Mini. It's the value of, well, sort of the double ban and going into the picks. And for Vitality, I think it's clear that the third map in this series is their best. The thing that worries me about this, though, is that if there's probably one team, maybe other than Eternal Fire, who I don't want to give momentum to, it is Team Heretics, and this is a map.
Yeah, they do snowball well, man. They're calling solid.
Foot. They've proven that they can be stellar, especially getting to start on this attack side. Sure, like you have a good map coming up as a third, but I don't know. If you end up going 2-0 down in this series, I don't know if Vitality will bring it back.
And it looks like Heretics are already having fun. You saw that wall go up from Boo, Benji on top of it. It's how he's able to find that his second kill in the round, but his opening was disgusting on the walk up on mid. And his closer, the quick adjustment to drop Sayonara on the bridge. It was a clean round from Heretics, but you have to give Benji his flowers for it. And a 3-0 position now into pistols. It's no surprise to see them taking this one slow. You hope that Vitality get impatient.
No one overstepping like at all.
They walk into your rifles and you get the advantage. When that doesn't happen,
problem with this is they got to group up and really scamble, send it, because they don't have enough time.
Blind hope.
They're gonna two pass them fake with this. No, we're coming back to A,
looks like we'll have a bit of a fake play out.
Wait, I don't get the fake.
We're gonna send Woot and Benji towards the A site. Viper wall should go up here, and that's going to draw the eye. Will it draw the rotations, though? I mean, the knife's only seen 2. It might be enough.
4 on B right now, 25 seconds.
Chronicle's sticking on B. There's still 4 players here.
This is a problem. And that's not gone well. Already the Bandit finds one victim, the Bucky the other. And now Riens needs to clear up, and he's just missed out on that spray.
No time to plant.
Time ticking
Perfect
away.
may run.
And they have to chase down Prophet.
Oh, God.
10 seconds left. Spike
oh no, it's actually Somkov.
And actually, he just waits. Benji runs through. The Bucky finds another victim. And all he has to do at this stage is survive. And he will.
I mean, that's what Som in his head did.
Perfect with a Bucky triple kill. And yes, Mitch, it's already got weird.
And you can see the idea, right? Heretics have gone A 3 rounds in a row. That's been where they put the pressure. Now they pump the brakes, late round, put the wall up, send 2 players there, even get seen by the knife. I mean, why wouldn't that look like another hit of the A site to the defender? But because it's a low buy, you can take those risks. If you start to rotate now, you're not going to get there.
Let's go blindly! Let's go blindly!
Let's go
maybe they even have a read.
Yeah,
what's going on the other side of the
didn't
stage.
really
They
get the fake.
Run into
The
that
fake
stack.
with the 2 doesn't make sense with the 2 that they're faking with, in
the
my
one's
opinion.
able to claim victory from that chaos.
You gotta use that drone a little earlier.
Very strong start from Heretics, but that round loss could undo it all. Luckily, they've still got the credits to fight for this one.
An operator purchased up as well for Durka. Now, he is one of the only players that is vulnerable to the Outlaw on the other side. A couple of ultimates available for this attack as well, so they're not out of it just yet. And a swing in, that's already an instant
Dude, there
pickup.
were 2 on light armor, that was one of them.
Of the 2 players that actually did have the light shields was Yumpy. And from the elation of winning a round off the back of a Bucky, to now being a man down once again. Those openings have not been going Vitality's way.
No, they haven't. It seems to be an across-the-board problem
as well.
Heretics
Vitality, though.
So much
They
value.
gamble right on this. No pressure over towards A after the walk-through door.
Mid-space, through that A space. But what has happened in the late rounds is that Vitality have had the numbers in the right spot. We're going on more than
big
half the
recon
rounds
goes out.
with this one included. And now the B site.
Dude, this is a good
3
recon.
players in position, stacked up and ready. But the Hunter's Fury, it deals damage to start. It will take down Chronicle. Koshmaris with another and a double to add this up.
Kosh is,
it's Heretics.
Kosh is having a great map so far.
Out of this situation, and
winning in big rounds.
If he's fed a kill here, could go very quickly wrong for Heretics, but that wall up may just have forced the save.
I mean,
out of
he
Durka.
tried to, right? He bought it on. Didn't he buy it on the fast buy?
Should have.
The fact that
And he'll be
the
saving
Outlaw
this one
abuse
through with, again,
is
a
a lot
lights out
more
start from Heretics.
prevalent when you win a pistol.
Bit in the previous, but they're back on track.
Yeah, I like it as well. We've seen that consistently from Benji, just cycling through that Viper screen while they're getting through the plant. And it just means that any player trying to
bought it
get
first
a
round.
GG
Yeah,
pick
he
has
bought
just
it when he
seen
went doors and got popped,
absolutely
right?
nothing.
Yeah.
And acting as that deterrent. I also think as well that Riens and just somehow managing to target the one guy that could have basically torn that round apart with the flank coming through on the site, just picking him off with the Hunter's Fury has saved them. And they've used those ults incredibly well. 4-1 up, a solid early start. And sure, that operator goes into the next round, but you also have to bear in mind that those credits are not in a good spot whatsoever for the side of Vitality.
Yeah, it's not going to be a pretty buy around that operator. In fact, it might not even be a buy.
What do you think about teams that rely on Neon, what they're going to change for London? Some of them will keep the Neon, some of them will change on certain maps.
A timeout called. Maybe he's onto something. Panic in Vitality.
Some of them will have to put more forward into when they use Neon instead of just jumping around mindlessly.
To reassess how things have gone so far. And again, we're starting out, as you highlighted, Tom, it's not like this is the map for Vitality. There it is. Woo.
It's 2,000 kills. He's 2-3 right now. He's at the bottom of the board, but all he needed was 2 kills. And, you know, considering how young he is as a player, he has had so many high impactful, crazy moments, and I'm sure there's so many more to come. I'm very excited to see.
Heretics are probably the team that will be the most fine out of everyone that uses Neon.
Even going there, removing the VCT second place curse.
Oops.
Which would be very nice. I know that like, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to.
Do you think these teams can beat PaperX as of now? I think they would have to get their map pool a little better. I would have more faith that Heretics can beat PaperX than Vitality.
Yeah, being able to win a grand final within VCT.
The map pool feels a little stronger.
Being in so many, it's evaded them, and I think all you need is that one to kickstart it, to get the ball rolling, to prove that you can.
You gotta remember they get
VCT so far.
Both of their best maps have gone in this one.
Quite a statement from Heretics starting at this map. Like you said, this is what I was going to touch on, the fact that Breeze is.
Their only bad map is Pearl right now.
Are put into one basket for Vitality. They have Pearl coming up later, which we expect to be an even stronger map for many teams. Maybe it would have been the one that they picked first coming into this. But if Vitality's idea was to, you know, come in with a less strong map and have a good performance, really get the ball rolling, it hasn't worked so far. This is where that could change, though. Up in the hands of Durka is the main hope of this round. A rifle for Profek, and he was offered the fight early.
They find out where the op is.
To connect the shot. And now,
how do they react?
A bit more hesitant to give him another.
Dude, they revealed so many way here on this.
No, the flash. So many
yeah, Yumbies are so dead. Oh my god. What is that though? I mean, he saw him just before the flash hit, but still, it's mad.
Unfortunately, that leaves them out of the sight. Wu in quite an aggressive position. Just sitting up front.
Very nice.
That's a gun onto the deck, which
yeah, teams are doing
retrieve, but they are losing
doing harbor walls where
almost hoping that
team's harbor was on good on defense. The best team at the moment is Sentinels and NRG. They've kind of got it down. Yes. I would say every other team that uses harbor on this map are kind of struggling.
And now
everyone just pops the wall early to fight off of it, but then they don't have numbers fighting off of it.
But those 2 weapons will be saved over for the defensive side. It is a small consolation prize, considering their opponents now sit on 5. This is a strong start
G2
for Heretics.
I mean, G2 didn't use it great at the beginning, though.
Yeah, I think this
Milan, hello mate. How we doing, bro?
Like, we've seen 2 sides to the Vitality Breeze. The one that came out versus Fnatic, where Durka was utterly dominating. I think the best individual
Sorry for not rating me, bro. It's fine, mate. Don't you worry about it.
392 ACS.
We have the control again.
259 ADR. It was insane. But then there's the other side of the coin when they played against BBL, which was where we literally saw their coaching staff snap because of how badly it went. So
will there be map changes before London? No.
Whereas for Heretics, a 13-1 and a 13-4, this is a great. You almost think they might have chosen this first if they had the choice.
Yeah, maybe they had veto advantage. Throw everything we know out the window. Playing mind games, controlling Vitality. I don't know how they've ended up here, but if you're a Heretics fan, you're certainly happy to see how things are playing out so far. Round 7, rifles up across the board. Ults online as well, 1 away from Viper's Pit on Chronicle. Yumpy and Sayo already have theirs. This is a big turning point round for Vitality, or at least it has to be. And it starts with the op of Durka.
The unscope is scary though.
So
1-for-1, but they have res. How fast are Vitality to make a plan here? They've either got to fight for the spot, or they're going to just push on one of the sides.
Especially the manner in which Kosmaris has just been taking space into sites. In this case, not so much,
not
but
really
as well.
Doing either of those.
Did they Hunter's Fury off this? Sayonara is looking in the right direction. This might be an immediate Hunter's Fury reaction, and it looks like it is. Tag gonna be found.
Oh, big jump.
Following up, heal.
Big jump. And they got the heal as well.
Woot survives and the heal comes through. That's another old
so
bled
jarring.
from
Keeping on
Vitality.
this time though.
Oh, that's got to be so tilting.
As much as
Like,
they did
you
good, they
just
still have to
wasted it
break
in a
their own
scenario
wall
where
to
you
push
think
through.
You've got a guaranteed kill, and
They got
instead,
20
you're now
seconds.
a man down.
Guys, you
Good
can't be
timing of
walking
the
middle.
Ult though coming out from Yumpy. This has taken a lot of time. 15 seconds about to be coming in on the count, and they don't have any utility. You can't even quickly move into space with Cosmaras, and they are being
my God,
shut
such a
down
CS
because of
flash.
it. Leaving a couple at the back of the site. They need to kill Yumpy
Oh.
immediately, and they have done, but they
Yeah,
didn't get
dude,
the spike
they
in
took
time.
so long at middle
And
after
Chronicle's
they
gonna
did
win
the
just sitting on the beach
after
all
they
the
did
way
the
back
res
in
here.
spawn. No
They had to take a
opportunity.
gamble at middle.
A Red Bull clutch.
They took like
A
10
tight
seconds
round,
extra
but a
walking
round.
down
That's
mid
what
here.
Vitality are looking for at this point.
You broke the wall.
It
They
is
know what you're
very
doing.
much so. This could course correct them, I agree. But you look at Heretics right now.
It was a lovely KO from Yumpy.
It's been flash in the pan rounds from Vitality, and by no means repeatable ones. Their margin for error has been so slow. The margin by which they're winning these rounds so thin. And on the other side, that's not been the case. Heretics have come through and dominated their round success.
I mean, the 2 rounds lost from Heretics are just because they go a little slow here. They need to be a little more decisive.
Where's the repeatable wins?
Yeah. Oh, Operator was kept.
Oh my.
Already, that's
Is there
a
not
huge start. Getting rid of
2
Koshmaras.
walls there?
Of course, in the last round, he got wrecked by the null command. No speed, and things become a little bit more difficult. Even still, though, they're into the post plant. No ultimates to play with. Viper's pick could potentially be used to try and pick up some space, but the position that Chronicle's in, unlikely. And this still is very dangerous for Vitality.
By a bit more time as Yumpy realizes the trap is behind, but look who's bypassed it. Durka and Chronicle went through the elbow, so they get to stab in the back. Blade Storm out,
Yeah,
and it's a
very nice.
clean kill.
Dude, the rare
for
right click.
Durka.
I've been asking for right clicks the whole
On
of
the
today.
board for Vitality, they got there in the end.
That Durka's bringing it back.
That was a much, much cleaner round. Like, firstly, getting the opener, playing off the site, expecting something a little bit more aggressive, and in-zone flawless
Yeah, they
coming
had
off
to
the
get
back
a
of it
little
as well,
better positions
with
there
that
for
retake
sure.
coming in from behind. That seemed much more set up by Vitality than a lot of the other
Our
rounds.
solo
Maybe
Viper
Reigns'
having success.
sort of point
It's
of
a lot
them
down to the
panicking
Sage, to
that
be
is
honest.
kind of now diminished.
The wall's big.
The pause making a difference, but even
Nice,
still,
Derke. Good call, brother.
we're currently sat on both teams'
Nice, boys.
favored sides.
Right,
Okay,
okay.
the retakes actually
The
look
retakes
and
work.
juicy.
Yeah, so do we think it's better leaving?
Okay, they're
you
talking
can't do that
strats.
to
They're
us.
talking strats.
Thought against
I agree the
us.
retakes look good, but they need to do that on A instead of fighting. And I think that's what they're talking about here. Like if they call a timeout, do they want them to just leave A fully as well? And just try and get kills as they come in. It's nicely done from Durka. They're both stuck back at site though. It's a great recon from Sayonara as well.
Straight into Chronicle.
A good drone from Sayonara as well.
Heretics, they have to fight for this backside control, but you're running into an off of Durka and Chronicle finally out of ammo. He'll be
Dude.
caught off, and of course, there's players there
Sayonara
to
did
fill in
great,
the
yeah.
gaps. Vitality had gone from picking up breadcrumbs to a feast
Really nice.
on this defensive side.
good to watch,
4
man.
rounds now locked in. They're just 1 behind after a very slow start.
Maybe that head-to-head starting to turn a little bit. I think just a split second later.
Out of these comps,
that
which
would
would
have
you
been
use? I think the Harbor comp's
revealed
better,
up top.
but
Instead, he was patient.
I don't mind the
And then you can
Viper
see the
Sage.
trickle effect of everybody coming back in time.
After a very slow start.
Well, 5-4. Already
If
gonna
the
be
Harbor's
game.
used right on this map, it's really good.
Another pause coming out. From
But
the Heretics side, of course, like,
It is like a 50-50 at the moment with how people are using the
Talking
Viper.
about a team
Sorry, the
that
Harbor.
has been in many finals, but winning them has been a different story within the VCT, as you can see. It has always
What's your favourite
been the
comp right
second
now
place,
on this
which,
map?
hey, if
I'd
you're
use
looking to get to
Viper
international
Harbor
events,
probably.
That's pretty good. I'm sure there are plenty
Viper
of
Harbor,
orgs
Neon.
within EMEA that would see that and go, I'll take that tomorrow for the rest of my life,
Mm,
just to be
I
able
kinda
to
like
go to these
the-
events. But it's always
kinda
eluded
like
them,
the,
even regionally. Even in the year, I think it was, 2024, where we talk about them being probably by
Phoenix
far
as well.
the best team in
Nah,
EMEA.
I would use Viper
Never
Harbor,
getting a victory
Sova,
even on a
Neon.
regional scale. That's got to be tough, especially, you know, when the trophy's actually looking good.
Phoenix?
Yeah, it
I
is.
shouldn't have said actually, should I?
No, you shouldn't. You're going to be in a meeting after this one, but it is something that, you know, when you're a team that
Yeah.
feels like you haven't met your goals, it's always going to sit with you afterwards, like after the event, weeks, months, and so on. Like it haunts a lot of players, and I think That's
No
just when you feel
Senti?
like you haven't
There's
met
no
your
tube
goal.
anymore,
When
you don't use
you're in your
Senti.
grand final, several grand finals, that close to your goal, and it slips through your grasp, it definitely does start to create a cloud that follows you. Very, very great.
I'm playing Palmer
Heretics have always
retakes,
done
so
well
I don't
with
really need a.
dealing
I
with
don't really need a
the
Senti.
mental side of the game. Time to put more rounds up, though. 5-1 lead has been challenged.
Nice, though, the Dirk Mantis get a kill and get out of there.
Dirk trades it. A straight span through
Dude,
the
look
wall
at how
with
many
Yop,
ults
and
there are
now we're
here.
back to a
It
4v4.
should be
Benji's
fine
gonna
for
have to
Heretics.
use that pit. And then, you know, as soon as he does that, Dirk's chance of impact plummets.
Yeah, I am looking, though, at the Reckoning online. A chance to make things a lot more awkward for the players within. An aggressive position from Woot. Bucky's actually going to be the one to get the kill. I've seen far too many Bucky kills in this game already.
That Harbor didn't get anything. Yeah, they had too many ults on this one, for sure.
Heretics take a pause, a direct hit, and an immediate
Is this an attacker
return
side of
to the
map?
scoreboard.
Yes, it
Lead
is.
will not be lost just yet.
For such a tight game, it's remarkable.
Teams are really struggling on defense. I think once teams get used to it a bit more, it will even out a bit.
And often I'm thinking, like, let's go! Is it that perfect utility to set him up? But I've seen a number of fights where he just runs at him.
Yeah.
And if it works, it works.
They're like, why are they harboring against the Viper ult?
Bleeding down to just one, but Koshmaris is dealt with, and that's the difference. He's found
They got a
success,
res though.
and they
What's the
build
idea
on
with the
that
res?
success
Yampy just gonna
flawlessly.
fight.
But what about when there is a flaw?
Ooh, I
Then
like
all
the
the
push
screws
behind.
start to come loose as Woot now finds himself surrounded. In goes
bring
the
it back.
drone, and he
Damn,
is
nice.
dead to rights, even with the res. That's more
Holy
targets
dude,
for
they need to go
Yuppie.
double.
He's found another, and the advantage sits with the defense.
And unfortunately for Boo, all he's really done is ruin Koshmaris' KD.
They didn't see Sayo.
Dying twice. Sayonara in the corner.
Ooh.
And okay, Boo was very well prepared for that
Alrighty.
one. Leaves it back into a 2 versus 2.
Ooh, a little higher,
Boo with
lower.
another. The IGL trying to take this over himself. Leaving Chronicle to try and clutch. And it seems like there's been opportunities. They're lining up, but he just
Damn,
can't
bro.
get
It's a
the
nice
kill
round from
over
Boo
the
here.
line.
He did great.
Heretics will cling to life in this round. It
I like
seemed
Vitality's
hasn't
plan
forgot
here.
this time.
They just got wrecked by Boo a little bit. They planned to push down mid because they
Well,
knew they were
after
going to
that
res was good. I
5-1
think they had a good
start,
idea on numbers
It looked like they
as well,
might
for
not
sure.
even lead at the half. A 1 round left to play for, and that lead is locked in.
guy
14
default needs to
Heretics
relax.
now. Boo does so well to find that player in the corner. When the drone went out, they saw 2 players back sight, but neither of them were Sayo, and he was there earlier on. They add up the numbers, they find the right answer. And that flash does not quite go the way it's intended.
The fun thing about that is we got to see both of the Heretics players not blind as well.
That's why you wanted the flash to push that man back, but
Yeah,
give him the
that's
time
pretty
to
rough.
readjust to reset
Once
up. You're
he
not
gets
getting
hit
back
by
out
that
there. It's
flash
another
there, he's just got to
early
accept
advantage for
it.
Heretics.
Especially as
Yeah,
it's
the fact is
last
all that
round
flash
and the
really
chance
did was
of
tell
like,
Woot that there was
this could have been a
definitely
lot
something
worse to be
there.
honest.
Otherwise, that
They
flash
definitely
is
could have had
brutal.
backup guns.
Woot.
Everyone could have had an
Also,
outlaw
the
as
angle,
well.
2 players already have rotated in towards this B site, and it seems like Yumpy on the other side of the map is already having ideas of where this is going to be going. Mainly because of how aggressive Prophet has been able to get into A main. He's got eyes that nobody's there. Drone spotted. Sayonara in real trouble. They know exactly where he is.
Dead.
Revealed at the back. Gives a further advantage, but this time Koshmaris has been
Shots.
shot down.
Ooh,
A
6
Chronicle,
shots.
Just like
Guy
that,
did
flips the
unbelievable.
round. A 2v2. They're going to know that there's one within the site,
That
but the
doesn't
second,
hit, mate.
still unknown. Woot's position hasn't been seen, hasn't been spotted. And Boo's just going to try and get up close. In fact, he's playing right around the edge of the wall. Here's that second flash, both now being used. That utility has faded away for the side of Vitality, but the reposition from Profek, that gives an opportunity, that gives some time. But actually, his opponent is sat within his own utility. In fact, both of them are. They are just waiting within the cove, and they're checking every angle. Eventually, they'll spot one, but they baited, turning it back into a 1
Gonna go
versus
soon,
1.
right?
That cove is eventually going to fade away, and he needs to find the shot.
Oh my god.
Needs
Wait,
to
he
try
could stick
and
it.
get this kill instead.
Oh my
He's
god.
got
Oh my
it.
god.
Stick
Oh my
it in
god.
front
Oh my
of
god.
his eyes.
That's nuts. That's so sick. That was awesome.
What a play from Profek, man. He looked like he was out of utility in one little pop, one little near sight, one little blind. changes the game 7-5 at the half. Already shaping up to be one hell of a final. Plenty more coming after the break, but before we go there, we know both of these teams are going to be making their way to London. So in case you missed it, Tom has put together a guide for us all.
And I just get 3 shots as well. Dude, the slow spin to win.
Masters London is just around the corner. And as a born and bred Londoner, I've been tasked with getting you ready for the event. London has been slandered for its poor cuisine, and honestly, I'm not having it anymore. We have an incredible range of food, which yes, for the most part, isn't British. However, if you want something local, you can't go wrong with a chippy, a cheeky Nando's, a Greg sausage roll, and most importantly, a proper roast dinner. Bosh! Thankfully, Masters London is inside, as British summer normally means torrential rain. Make sure you're prepared with a raincoat or umbrella so you aren't caught out. With all of the wonderful sights of London,
edit
you might
post
be
out of
wondering
this.
to yourself,
Holy.
how do I get around? And boy, have I got the answer for you. We've got the classic black cabs, the infamous red buses, and even the odd tuk-tuk. But the best has to be the London Underground. Sure, it can get a little bit crowded and maybe just a tad warm, but it will get you from A to B comfortably.
Jesus.
Just make sure to mind the gap.
Yoni with the Prime, appreciate the 3 months.
Well, thank you very much, Tom. Now we know how to make our way around, what to look out for, and what to get. I'm very excited for it, and I hope some of you folks at home are too. We'll talk a little bit more about Masters London throughout the day, but for you right now, all that's important is to scan that QR code and get your tickets. They're out now. Get them all stocks last. 7-5 is where we left you. Team Heretics on the defensive side now, and it has been quite a start. They went 5-1 up in the previous half. The Vitality caught up, and now they put to the test their attack side. Kosh Maris is already snuck down, but wrapping around behind him was Yumpy, who just about missed him. Kosh Maris was hiding in the corner, and now it's a freebie. In fact, more than one on offer. The stun, perfect, sends him into Benji. And Yumpy, the man who missed him just moments ago, now stands with just a few to try to steal back this site. And that's exactly what they've done.
3 bullets.
Vitality looking to close the gap. And it's only
oh my goodness, Jumpy, that is scary.
Oh, he's not going to make it around that corner, that's for sure.
God, nice recovery in the end. How did they win this?
Him in that round, and with the way it started, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was already over.
I mean, Benji got caught on the open for Shorty for sure, but he got the kill, so...
As you said, that moved into position for Benji to get a freebie, and then just moments later, you got both
these two
Yumpy
fall
and
well.
Chronicle.
Maybe they overheated a little for that 1 kill. 3 of them went into bad positions just to get that 1 kill.
Where did the neon come from? Just push
He
me.
pushed elbow. He pushed elbow.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, good read. Good read. That's exactly what happened. And that was a gap that Vitality exploited from Heretics a lot on the defensive side. 2 times I can remember, they were able to walk elbow and come up behind the chamber trip.
Good Vitality.
Immediately
Yumpy gave it about them just having no info and wandering into a site blindly.
7-6.
Last 10 seconds using the drone to see if there's a stack here.
To keep
oh my god, imagine.
So
after giving it as well. Dude, what is that cross map slow?
Stinger lost. In fact, the Sheriff probably picked up and carried forward. But anything more than that would be too much. And for Team Heretics, with 5 players on this side,
they're going to give it, surely. 5 of them here. What? That's 1 right click. Wait, they're kind of acting a little too big.
Trying to almost create a gap.
They wanted them to go in. I think they're just going to cancel.
But Vitality here going back might be the plan, but after getting a couple, I'm sure they're not going to want to.
They acted a little too big here.
It gets caught out by
kind of wanted. Honestly, they should have just sold Boom.
Oh
my god. Jesus. I mean, it's a good eco, but in theory there, Boo's done his job. He should just go 1 for 1. Then they should run in and just everyone hide and then duel together. They acted way too big, and then they thought they were going to rotate, so then they overfaced.
They have a chance to fully invest here, right? Really roll the dice and try to crush Heretics.
Right click's not.
Free gun.
Free gun indeed, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
On the other side, they could play this as a low buy. The 2 rifles, giving them good opportunity to battle and duel.
it was enough for the Heretics in the first half.
I've seen a couple of these
I think it's
recently.
the right call. I like this idea. Flash, not that good as they dodged it, but Woot still got dropped by Profek. He's got to feel very unlucky with that one. I didn't even see what happened.
And weaponry-wise, that's a real good opportunity. Could not only pick up the one, but as they get onto the site,
Boost.
potential for that little
Damn,
bit more.
30 HP.
Boo already under pressure, but he's able
And
to
he gets
stay
a bit of
alive
space.
with the underarm fragment. Koshmaris now rotating in to try and give a little bit of help to his Lithuanian friend. And it's going relatively well. Sayonara had a bit of a quiet first half in this game. And we've seen so many incredible plays from him throughout this stage. They'd need another one. He's the only one that has a gun.
Snakebite down's going to make this awkward for Kosh as well. Vitality creating some opportunities here. Shock up close does damage. This is now looking doable, but Sayo has to win that fight.
Oh my god. Boo is fragging heavy recently.
Heretics.
What a round from him.
Round win, but you look at that HP, you can see just how thin the margin was.
Well, yeah, I think if they add everything up, it's going to have done more than 150 because he healed himself up throughout the round.
True.
So a little bit unlucky that if that was anybody else, they would have been dead. But well played by Boo. I think you could see him sort of calculating where would be the best place to put the wall. It gets aggressive over the top of it, and then just even hits the timing perfectly to clear out Sayonara on the breakage.
Nice!
I think they lose that round if not for their IGL. And to be honest, they might be losing this game. He's currently 16-9 at the top of the board. The Battle Sage has returned. But this is where Vitality now come in with a full
I like their smoke lineup.
Having that null command, which played a huge
There's flush
part.
here and leaks out so much. It's like the Fnatic one, but it's actually a little bit better. It gives you a bit more
See if
space.
that would be the case again.
You can leak out either side. Walk out. It's nice.
Credits put in for both teams. Heretics will add a little bit more to fall back on. And they've heard all this noise towards A main. Snakebite goes down, should buy time. In goes Durka. Already taking that space and fighting around the back right into Benji Fishy. Usually that would be a mistake, but this time Vitality get the better of him. Durka gets the better of them. Spans through the smoke, trade a lick or two of damage.
They look at Kron.
So that's all there is to it
Kron
for now.
surely
Waiting
wins
for those
this.
walls to go down. You've got your Harbor, Viper, Neon. There's so much, but when they fall, when you're out in the open, it's a different game
Has
altogether.
he whiffed?
The knife perfect. It's going to slow down that Neon retake, but they're
Has to have
waiting.
whiffed.
The drone's on its way through. There's no need to rush just yet, and now your abilities are back online. Koshmaris will be thankful for that.
Boo
With a quick
half
slide out, he
backside
gets
to
another.
res, or do we
Durka's
just
now
straight
down,
go
and
for this because he has
Sayonara's
wall?
all that's left. A
Yeah,
res
straight go for it, 'cause
available, but
time's
not
low.
even
Oh no, he
needed,
gets
you would
it.
think. Still they committed.
Big wall.
Giving him respect.
Oh,
knowing
yeah, it's a
how
great wall.
clutch Sayonara can be. The shock dart.
Oh my god, he shock darted himself. Bruh, Boo is on another level. I really hope we see this duel. I got no idea. I think Kron must have whiffed.
Res used, but more importantly, the lead extended.
Yeah, I like how patient that was from Heretics. Like, in a lot of those cases, you could have seen
He gets the
Koshmaris
kill
run in
because of
while
it. He
not
gets
being
res
able
as
to
well.
Pick up the pace.
Oh, please include it.
I think also just there's the kill he gets
No.
off the player in the corner is purely off the bait from the dart. It just took away Durka's aim. He had to look to shoot the dart
It's the whole round.
and then ends up going down.
Dude, I think Kron whiffed.
Solid stuff from them. And now for Vitality, that is their economy in the bin. A few stingers invested. A Hunter's Fury potentially available to either disrupt or maybe hold a post plant, but they have to get there first.
All Vitality's motto this year, the mountains are within reach. It's looking like they're getting a little further away. Retreating onto the horizon at the moment as Heretics continue that climb into the lead, now facing off against the very light
I'm just saying the Heretics might look better than 24 Heretics. Yeah, they look really good, man. You don't have to try semi on Heretics. I was on board ages ago.
Like the trades have been
I'm
there
a-
so
I'm a
quickly
strong
from
believer.
Heretics in a handful of rounds where
They
that's
look
been
great.
the case. Now this move to the A site, that much easier. The shock dart and the spam make it even more so. And now Sayonara, yeah, you got a Hunter's Fury to play with, but it's not being committed to this round. Double digits,
Okay,
locked
big
in
buy round right now.
flawlessly as well. All signs pointing to a 1-0 for Heretics.
Yeah, they've definitely looked
Cherries,
like
thank you so much for the prime, man. I appreciate that.
running
Thank
away
you,
with
thank
this
you.
at times. A lot of very clean rounds and in-zone flawless in this one. And I think as well, it's like maybe the plan was.
How did you predict
get
them to go
Chronicle
to
the
London
plant,
so early?
you can
Dude, they
have
looked the best in the
Viper
EMEA,
Spear,
like
just get spammed
on
out.
week 3,
he's trying to get
and
the
then week
plant in,
4,
he
and then week
dies, and
5.
the round's just
3
gone.
weeks in a row.
Maybe if you have a Viper Spit and a Hunter's Fury, that can be enough to win a round. You get everybody low, they get hit by a tag or two. And we can see things go the other way, but the second one of those ults is gone. It's not worth trying to commit the second.
not see
Hold it
Sage
through
anymore?
into the next round.
You see a little bit of
You are gonna
Sage.
have that
Jewelers
buy
are too good, man.
After a conversation with the coaches as well.
It's the real answer.
Even from the very small amount we get from these little listenings at times, you can tell that they're definitely like calculating what's going to be going on, and that's been a big part of this sort of season. I feel like looking back to the group
Will you
phase,
sign
we had
March at
those
your
3
meet and
games in a
greet?
row,
Yeah,
especially
dude,
the
if you bring
BBL
March, you want me to sign
I
it,
feel
sure.
like that was a moment for vitality of like, okay, we can't
That's
just
what you
be
want.
these individuals
Natural
that are
Cabbage
good
with the
enough
Prime,
to
appreciate the
out-aim
4 months.
everybody,
Thank you for
especially
that.
when you play against Turkish teams. From then onwards, it looked like a kick up the backside. Okay, the victory versus Pacific, nobody really cared too much about that one. But once they got into the playoffs, they have looked like a different beast. Is that beast going to be shut down in the very last game of the stage?
Yeah, stopped at the very final hurdle, locked out at the gate. For now, that's been the case. Vitality
Bring
had a couple
Bacon.
of good rounds.
Dude, do you reckon Bacon's going to come Masters, surely?
All that
Is there tier
momentum
2
is
stuff
there
on?
for
There
Team
must be.
Heretics, and as you said, Tom, the one team you don't want to give momentum to, if we exclude Eternal
Bacon
Fire,
will come down for a bit.
Heretics would be right at the tippity top of that list.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't watch the game yesterday, you can watch the last few maps in probably about 15 minutes. So, you know,
Okay,
during
this
break,
is the
you
big
can always do
round.
that. They
do at
absolutely
least
slaughtered
have enough
Foot
money to buy next.
once they had the momentum on their side, and that's
Ooh,
just
I like
something you
it.
cannot give.
Now, you spoke about the Battle Sage. Boo is currently the precipice of taking a massive risk, a swing out on top of his wall, and the drone is going to force him back. You can see he wanted to, though. He heard someone
Gotta get
spamming
that
it
slow out.
before utility
Great
went through.
timing.
It does make it costly for
Keep an eye on how
Vitality in
the
terms of getting that drone
people
on
on
the
B
way
and
through.
mid are
They're
reacting right
having
now.
to commit a lot just from the irritation he's
Yeah, they
creating.
managed to
And he's been
actually
timing a lot of his slows
managed to make
so
sight
well.
pretty
This
strong.
time,
Chamber
Knife
gets up
goes
here.
through. Again, no.
Oh.
It looked like he was going to get the opener, but
Yeah, I
Yumpy
thought he
has
had
dealt with
that.
him. Already Kushmaris and Woot here on the cross, but Yumpy's dealt with him as well. A double for the leader. And a post plant
Spike planted.
will be through with a Viper's Pit. That's going to make it difficult. The only thing I will say is Chronicle is very, very low.
I mean, 3 of them are pretty low.
He's tucked on the box as well. I mean, it's a very spammable spot.
Shock dart? Question mark?
It's being lined up, but it's going
Oh.
towards default. Oh, here we go, the bounce around. That's
Oh my God,
dangerous. The
strong.
spam, so close, and the nade ends up catching Wood out. He's the one to fall with
Dude, the
Benji.
clean rounds?
Crumbling down as well. Rienz is all that's left, and the
Close enough.
shadowed road
They're in a
back
good spot. They got
into this
got
game.
server
Well, it's
now as
grown a
well.
little lighter for Vitality. A gap of 2 now.
Yeah, I think solid round from them. Like dealing with Boo has been a problem. Once they get him out of the site, it becomes a lot easier to get into your post plant. You can claim that back site. Have the yeah, he
Actually
literally
landed
flew
on him.
through the flash at him.
They should have saved here. The money's really good.
Well, just a solid round.
They
for
should have
Yumpy in
maybe
general, moving his
passively
way up
held
the
for more
board.
damage.
If they can get through this one with a couple of their superstars being a little bit quieter. Dirk, obviously, in the last match also didn't have the best of days. And this isn't even his Neon map. So, you know, no excuses.
He gets to get out of Neon jail.
He'll be going back in if he keeps playing like
Yeah,
this.
he wants to get an
You
ult.
gotta-
He gets
you
his
gotta
ult as
earn your
well.
freedom,
Don't want to get tagged by this. He's got his ult.
There's the dash in. Berka closing the space. Hunter's Fury sent through, but Rienz just wraps around that side. They're a little slow
Dude, Rienz.
to follow it up, and now it's 1 by 1. Rienz just being offered free picks, get out of jail free card. In goes the flash, and well, Sayonara is
Ooh,
not going to
nice
be caught
shots.
unaware.
The Sova
I thought
off.
Rienz could get the jump on him, but evidently not. And now, no res for Boo, but the
Dude,
numbers will be
guys,
swung even
yeah.
because Yumpy swung with
The
the
call was
spike
there to
into an
fight.
AWP. What was that?
Not too sure about
Yeah,
it.
well, I know he's been having a battle with Boo, but that was definitely an audacious fight. And
Don't do it, Simon.
Woot's still just holding that angle, not giving anything away. Of course, the worry for Sayonara is if
Shot
someone's going to have gone the other way, but because Chronicle's in such a deep position, he doesn't really need to be peeking at all. He's just waiting for his teammate to strike. Boo, though, has wrapped around the right way. That one's for free. However, Sayonara
No vision block.
all the way back.
Good reposition from Sayonara.
Last
time he was back at site.
And for Boo, the last place he was spotted is on the site itself. There's so many angles. Still
Damn, bro. You just do it like this?
A
sick round from him.
That's a better round.
Does make me nervous seeing him swing in
Okay,
like
now
that
Heretics
little
after
early,
eco.
but catching him going to the site's a lot better than having to push when the Sage wall goes up or something like that. So being a bit cautious, or even the slow in main. Could have changed the game there, but it's this from Sayo. That is the turning point. Rienz had been a real thorn in the side. He picked up 2 kills for free, and here it looked like he was going to get the jump on him. But a little bit of patience, and his reward is there. 4 kills in this round, and Vitality needed this. They're 1 round behind now. Many teams, with how things have gone in the early halves, would have counted themselves out. But Vitality, not that team. It's
Oh my
time
God.
to jump in though and see how things are going from
It's
Vitality's
a double ult in the low bang.
Guys, it's easy. Wait, comes. It's Viper alone on A. We should just finish B. We should just finish B.
I still have full util, boys. I can just drone after this call. I'm droning.
I might backside.
Did you not want to
Pillar
cut
one,
sound
and
for a
two
bit?
pills right one.
No, Sage backside.
I'm revealing him.
Nice.
I'm dashing out.
Half full one.
Half wall, half wall.
Half full. I'm picking left side.
I
with you,
tap and
boys.
weak left, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Middle. I'm picking him.
mid. I'm reloading
He's
with.
minus 4.
Got nice as well.
It's
He's minus 80.
On to yksi.
Minus 80 last one.
Oika, plan
CT.
Can go elbow for the gun.
Vara elbow.
Ja, mulla.
He is 1 knife there, from dying.
Guys, you're both open to let's shit angles.
Mä vedän rehtiä, vittu tapetaan se.
Vedä vaan.
You guys are good like this. Stay like this. This is good.
You're super good.
Erke will flick the shit out of NCT if he comes.
Same boys.
Vedä vaan.
I used 3 ults, boys. We fucking put them down. Nice.
Yes.
It's 1 knife away. Does 70.
I mean, Sayonara comes so much.
Server, but double digits will be found. Vitality fighting their way back into this game. And again, you got to give them props for it. That's 3 in a row when all the momentum was there for their opposition. And even with Kosh coming in for the early trade, it's not enough. It's the problem with, you know, a lot of the time you think about this round, Durka with his Blade Storm, he didn't even get a chance to use it.
Yeah, I like as
Yeah,
well
it was a
that
little
they're
weird from
looking at the
Heretics to go
positives. A lot of
to
ults
double
invested
down
in
on the
that
ult
round
sim.
from Heretics. We needed to hear a little bit more from them, you know. I hadn't heard them speak too much. No, it's one where you kind of look at this and go, yeah, okay, it wasn't much invested in terms of the weaponry.
Comms
but
are
when
so
you
much
do
better.
have that
Yeah,
Hunter's
it's nice from
Fury
Yampi to
overdrive,
take control here.
Tour de Force, all
I think he wanted to
dissipating
cut
in
sound a
singular
little bit
round, and it
before
doesn't come out
hitting,
with a victory.
but
That's a good round
I
for
think it
Vitality
was,
to take. Now,
I can't remember,
sure, they've only got
Sayonara or
singular
Darka
ult
took
of their
control.
own currently
But
online,
dude,
but a lot of the orbs on this
as
map
long as they
kind of
make a
favor
plan, they look good.
that attacking side,
They're at
unless
that
we're going
point.
to see something quite aggressive
Just any plan and work
coming out
together.
from Heretics. And the fact is, we haven't. Like a lot of what they've been doing has been relying on Boo to hold on one side of the map, and then having a bit more of a stack up on the other. And I think a lot of what Vitality have had to do in this attack side is slowly figure out what their opponents are doing. Like, okay, can we deny Boo being able to put those slows into play, or putting the wall
How
in an
heavy does
awkward
the Vita
position?
favor
And if we can, then
Vitality?
we
I
have
mean,
it.
Heretics
If
lost their
not,
2 best
how
maps,
do we
mate.
put the pressure over on that
It's
B
very
side
stacked to
instead?
Vitality, but you would imagine Heretics win
Well,
Lotus.
barrier's about to go up once more. And what are we seeing here? Is Boo going to go for the boost? The Sage Wall up as Woot then gets the op. Oh, yes, here we go.
Ooh,
It's a
that's
nasty
nice.
angle.
Wait,
It's
that's
a
cool.
Spot above the smoke,
Ah,
but they
it's a
managed to
shame he
slip by.
hesitated. He thought they were running through the
Vitality,
bot.
They've evaded
What?
the trap completely by simply
not
running
running?
through it. Now it's a 3v2, even with that pick back from Woot. And he's walking right into Chronicle.
Dude, what are these shots?
There's not feeling too forgiving. The op retrieved, and the battle sage of
Yeah,
Oh
really
my
will
God.
step into
Dude, he
the
hit some nice
same
shots this round.
angle, the same way, and it's the same result.
You saw that for Grod. He's like,
Yeah.
you pick me again? You I was there.
You got
last.
baited,
You
yeah?
picked him.
It was
Yeah,
fine
he's
with the
allowed.
boost.
Like,
He thought he was
looked
just
at
running
me
at the
and
bottom.
then He doesn't know I'm there, but for Boo, I don't know. That was a little bit disrespectful to our goat. And well,
That was fast, man.
Chronicle
Fair play.
22 and 15 right now.
Bro, I'm just destroying them.
11 to 10.
Dump, thanks
From the depths of defeat from
I appreciate you, man.
Heretics,
Thank you,
looking
thank
like
you
they're
for
gonna
that.
Run away with this map 3 in a row
The
in this second
pickler.
half.
Thank you, mate.
To now being 2 away from taking that initial choice. And again,
Awesome,
some
down to
weaker
Nico.
weaponry having to be brought through into this round for the side of Heretics.
That mountain's now back over the horizon. A mountain that was once distant now fills the sky as Darkus in right on the boo. Chronicle following up in Vitality, giving no quarter.
They are not messing about with this.
They'd have to fight
Viper
their way
ult to
back
secure 12.
through a disadvantage that's now just a 4v3, but still a Viper's pit to fight into as well. Harbor ult to fall back on. I mean, there has to be a big play, an equalizer for Team Heretics to even try.
When do they start considering?
This would
Okay.
have to be the best of them. That's not a bad start, but the rest of the players within the pit are going to be tough to beat. Ultimate dodge, Prophet pushing forward.
Very nice.
For Koshmara sliding through.
They got a couple of ults, Heretics. It is doable.
An ult expended for Vitality, but they are
I think they
not
might
going
need to
to
time
mind,
out though.
making sure
Go
they
a little
get
aggro.
the wins versus the low buys.
They're sitting
And
back
for
and getting
Heretics,
wrecked.
well, I'm not going to count them out. I'll be honest, I think at this stage, them being at any form of deficit doesn't mean they're out of the map.
They don't have one, they've timed out already?
We do need to see
Then I think they're done.
But you also got to think about the series as well. We heard it from the desk. You've been talking about it here as well. The fact that Pearl is where things should change for the better. For Vitality, you go into that map, even if it's 1-1,
Unless they're going to do something.
knowing that now you've got your best foot forward. That is a morale boost and a half. For Vitality, 1 round left to lock this one in. Started with a 5-1 lead for
look at
Heretics.
Vitality,
I mean, it
they're
looked
like,
we
well,
were gonna get
they're
a
going to push us
non-compete
because
grand final.
they just
But
sit back and get
Vitality,
owned.
as they did
So
in
they
the
kind of
group
have to push
stage, They
us.
started slow. They looked
they're not gonna
battered and
push,
bruised, but
and
they have
it's-
made this climb
Honestly, this
back
whole
with
round is about
bloodied
this drone,
hands.
I would say.
2 chances to close it, and it starts with a double op setup.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning
Tagged by
as
this
well
drone, it
that
might be
if you're ever
round
going to
done.
ask whether or not tactical pauses are impactful, look at the 2 that Vitality have had, and look at the turnaround they've had after both. Both halves.
Aren't you
having a bit
worried
of a
that if
shaky start,
Heretics
both
come
halves
second,
having a
they'll get
resurgence.
depressed and lose momentum? Mate, they were 0-2 down in
given.
stage 1, and
does
then
mean
now
they
they're
don't
in
have
a
any more
final. They're
time
not going to be
to talk.
depressed.
A win here for Heretics. There's no more opportunity to check in, and they are playing a lot more passive. That does mean, though, that Durka has managed to take an awful lot of ground.
They should be aware of this. A small risk taken by Koshmaros, but his reposition is just in time. Profek taken down, Hunter's Fury sent through an attempt to root him from position,
Wait,
but
he ain't getting
Sayonara's
anything
not
for
landing
this.
the shots.
He's just waiting.
It just wants someone to step into Durka's line, and there it is.
Okay,
He
Kosh,
finds
mate.
his pick.
Good luck.
Where
25
do they go
seconds.
from here? They have time to run, but they'd have to
Dude,
sprint
look at this
now,
delay,
and
man. This
very
delay is so
soon
much.
locked into this B side. Indeed, it is too
This
late.
delay
Chronicle
so much.
has
Does he
to
just
wrap
fight?
up
Benji
through
should
mid,
ult sight.
the wall's fallen,
Go close to
and
ult sight.
Koshmaros wasn't
Oh,
ready.
Benji.
Heretics,
Bro, you
they
had ult.
fought so well in those early rounds, but as the timer hits 0, the spike hits the floor in what could be the final round. It seems like they have crumbled.
Boo has a res, had a res.
Yeah, what's he meant
He'll
to
have it
do?
again
Just
in
try
5
wall
seconds.
res
That
and
kills
fight?
for free, though. That's at least something. Bringing back a teammate seems like it's going to be impossible, though, and on the
Oh, it's
angle
done.
waits Durka. That's been his whole round, just waiting for someone to give him anything, and now looking to try and take it himself. Wu has run out of
Very
time.
nice.
And
Good round
so
from
have
Durka.
Heretics.
The
It will
individuals
be
really stepped up on
a
attack here
1-0
for
start
Vitality.
Maybe shakier than they would have liked. but
They were
they're not
good on
gonna
this as
care
well.
with the lead
There's a
under
couple
their
of
belt.
sloppy rounds
On the
from
mountain,
Heretics.
now well and
That
truly
all
within
eco round
reach.
one,
It's
that
under
was
their feet. They have started the
that was a big
climb
one.
in this grand
This one they
final.
could have done a little bit better.
Before we
Like their
move
ult on
on to
defense
map
just needed
2,
cleaning
the
up.
break and everything to follow. Let's go down to the stage where Nath is standing by.